In this video today, I am going to show you quite possibly the most deluded take I've ever heard on live TV and around the subject of asylum seekers. Honestly, please make sure you sit down when you're watching this because you might fall over. I had to double take as well to check if this woman was actually trolling. Welcome on to True Brit Media, the channel that speaks, exposes and lives the truth, and the truth will be heard. And the truth is today, where did the BBC hire these people? It's so clear we have puppets, agency workers who are trying to push a narrative out to the public to make you and brainwash you into thinking what they say is true. But we are not stupid, and this is one of the worst takes I've ever seen. So make sure you watch this clip to let me know if you agree. And if you do agree with what I'm saying, then get in the comment section. Honestly, let me know your truth, your thoughts and your feelings. Big up to everyone who's subscribed to the channel. Welcome back. And if you're new, thank you for joining as well. And make sure you wrap up the like button on this one. So I'm going to present to you the case of Zoe Lyons, who, believe it or not, is a comedian. And yes, the irony is on her role of being a comedian, because in her opening speech, I genuinely thought she was trolling, as comedians do. They sort of are setting up a little joke. You know, they're making a little bit of a serious reference, then turn it into a joke. Oh no. Oh no, how mistaken I was. This woman is complete and utter serious. And I can't believe it. Let's get straight into the clip then. Let's divulge into it, and I want to know your thoughts on this because this is nuts. This is from question time. Okay, have a look and listen to this. The question being posed is, will new immigration rules stop the small boat? Yeah, speechless, lost for words. When she said that opening line that we're missing a trick, and started talking about doctors and engineers, I genuinely thought she was about to land a funny punchline. But then I had to remember this is BBC. This is the company that Donald Trump is going to take to the gutters. This is a comedian who's fallen off a cliff. This is BBC Question Time, where a certain agenda has to be fit. And I'm going to absolutely pick this apart. Because first and foremost, the doctors and engineers part. If someone could identify to me anyone who is a doctor or engineer or whatever else we want to label who's actually come over on a small dinghy illegally, if anyone could find me one person, just one, I'll give them £1 million. One person. And I'll even offer that to this Zoe Lyons. Give me one person who over those small dinghies was a doctor or an engineer. Because I'm telling you now, they ain't coming to England illegally if you're a doctor or an engineer. You're coming in the right way. So, stupid comment. Okay. Number two, we're missing the human side of things. Okay, well, funny enough, I think these people are missing the human element when they are stabbing, sexually assaulting, harassing, violating British people. I think they're missing the human side of that. And do you know what makes me sick about this? The fake applause. The fake applause. You can tell on this clip that they have put in a fake applause. Listen, just listen. Look how many people aren't clapping. Look how many people aren't clapping in this clip.
Lost.
What?
And there are so many human beings.
So many people not clapping. Yet the sound of the claps is an automated one. You got one person there. I mean, overly clapping.
Just trying to.
I'm not having it. That's a fake clap. That is a fake clap. Second of all, this Afghanistan thing, okay, that she goes to. She mentions how we use them as interpreters to help the conflict against the Taliban. How many British people actually care about that? We went to Afghanistan, wasted many years, lost many lives, lots of money to try and get rid of the Taliban. We had Afghanis who were untrainable. We were trying to train the Afghan army, who basically turned on us. Too much friendly fire. But then the whole irony of it all, again, is as soon as we leave, the Taliban comes back, because that's what the Afghan people want almost. So don't give me that crap about the Afghanistan use of why we're not using their skills and how we owe them one. We owe them nothing. We owe the Afghan people nothing, by the way. Absolutely nothing. I stand by that. And then finally, look who the camera goes to. I think this made me laugh as well. Look at this on the camera here when she's doing her speech. Look who the camera pans to. Ready? Watch. Ready?
They're in hotels, they're getting everything paid for, blah, 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 blah. Of course, then this madness and this hatred that comes out of, look at them, they're in hotels. That fuels the rhetoric of, look at them, they're in hotels.
Yeah, you see the clever choice of what the BBC just did there with the camera and who they went to with the nodding head, the Churchill dog head. Yeah. Look, she's completely disillusioned. It's some of the most delusional takes I've ever heard. There is a them and us, 100%, and there should be a them and us. They don't fit into our society. They don't want to behave like Westerners do. They don't respect our values. They don't respect our culture. They don't respect our women, our children, our laws. So there is a them and us. Just like if we went over to the Middle East and decided to occupy ourselves in Saudi Arabia or etc., and we decide to drink alcohol, do drugs, parade in no clothing, we're going to be a them and us culture as well. Why does Britain have to be this whole, we're so inclusive, anyone or any behavior is welcome? No, if you don't fit in, you're not going to fit in and we're not going to accept you. Them and us. And yes, them going in hotels, them being treated like kings and queens. Oh, wait, there are no queens. It's all men. Kings. Being given the best meal, all the money, claiming our benefits. That is going to piss people off who are on the streets homeless, who can hardly pay their rent and ends meet. That is going to be a them and us. So, Zoe Lyons, you're clearly a BBC puppet, clearly engineered by the government to push this narrative of doctors and engineers, and you've made yourself look like an idiot because not one person has walked away. You go online, right? In fact, I'll quickly show you. You go online, the response to this is just, great. Like, people are just laughing at her. Zoe Lyons says illegal immigrants include doctors, nurses, and engineers. How deluded is she? Facts. Question time is essentially skewed into straight propaganda. Regime comedian Zoe Lyons repeats the doctors and engineers meme, and instead of getting busted off as there's plenty more gangsters than doctors, more rapes and engineers gets a clap. Facts. Yeah, that's question time itself, so I don't read that. All of that talent that's coming here, out of touch, lesbian, no skin in the game, so-called comedian Zoe Lyons, missing a trip by not allowing skilled asylum seekers such as engineers and nurses to integrate into society sooner. Total nonsense to think even a fraction of these illegals are the following: doctors, nurses, engineers, scientists. People have just had enough of this crap being on our TVs, spilled into us and making us think that it's true. We're not stupid. We're not fit. As I said, a £1 million reward to anyone who finds me a doctor, an engineer, or a scientist who's come across on a rubber dinghy. I promise you, you ain't going to find one. $1 million is safe. People, thanks for watching. Share, like, comment. I'm out of here. Ta-da.